She just told me action, and I told you all, it's action. It's action time. What I want you to know is the reason that we are bringing the show to you on YouTubers, it's just simply to make sure that not only when you cook, you know what to do, how to do it, obviously, but learn to enjoy everyday life. A lot of women, they absolutely dread to come home from work and, oh my gosh, I gotta cook, oh my gosh, I gotta feed my family. This is a joy for you. Be grateful that you have a family to come home to. Be grateful that you have something to cook. There's a lot of people, they have nothing to cook. They would love to cook. They have no food to cook. So here in America, we are so blessed. We are so fortunate. Make it a time that you are truly grateful for your family, for your life. And if you cook, and if you live by yourself, a lot of people who live by themselves, they don't want to cook at all. I totally disagree, because I think what you should do, not only that you should cook for yourself, because you matter, don't you? And you should live a good life and eat good food. But you know what? Stop eating by yourself. Invite somebody to eat with you. So cook all day, do you by yourself, and then call someone, say, hey, listen, I cooked up this awesome meal. You want to come and share? You know, we need to learn to invite people back to our homes, America. It's like nowadays, you got to make first you make decision, then you make the attempt, then you try to text somebody, then you call them, then you leave a voicemail, then you look at all the calendars, and you don't know when you even have time to meet. And boy, nobody shows up at the door anymore. Remember old times when people just showed up at the door? They don't show up anymore. Do you know why? I have cameras here everywhere. I see everybody coming before they come. You know, we just need to get back to basics. Don't you agree? I know you do. And this is a mess right now. You see how we work. And there is Mary right now behind me doing all this nice job for me, because pretty soon you're going to see a magic in the making, right? I use gloves today. I'm going to tell you why. I didn't do my nails, so I don't want you to see my ugly hands. So that's why I have gloves. So don't you think anything about, I'm not that super cautious about cooking with gloves, because first and foremost, today we're cooking only for our family. Nobody's going to be coming from outside. So it's all good. But usually I do cook without gloves. So I don't want you to worry. Why is she wearing gloves cooking? No, I just didn't do my nails. So. And that's okay too. You see, don't carry stress about stuff. I have no lipstick on, and I didn't do my nails. I'm still doing YouTubing today, and I'm still cooking for you all, and we are going to still be eating today, because we love to eat. Ask these 3 women today in the kitchen, do they love to eat? Yes, and we look like we love to eat. Because you know what? This takes upkeep, child. It just doesn't happen by itself. Anyway. Spatula here, all right? By the way, spatula in Russian, I'll tell you later. But right now, olive oil, try to use all organic ingredients when you cook. It's very important for your family, for your health, especially with the healthcare costs. You gotta be healthy. So we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons. I do it by eye because I'm just professional, you know. You can measure it. And then you're gonna add, what is this in Russian? Look, onions go there. All right, gonna put the onions there. I'm using ceramic pot. If you don't have this kind of pot, like I do here, please use your regular sauteing pan, I'm sorry. And it's very important that you coat the entire onion in oil. You can use ghee. You can use butter if you like to. I use extra virgin olive oil. That's just my preference. You also can use grapeseed oil. This is another preference of mine that I love because grapeseed oil doesn't have any taste. So if you like no taste from any oil in your recipes, use grapeseed. We're going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. Just kind of once in a while, mix it a little bit. And then let it rest for 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it will be done. And we'll continue with cooking. Well, I want to show you close up here of the onions because you need to know. They will never brown, so don't wait for them to brown. They just become translucent like that, all right? They become soft to your touch with the spatula. So don't worry to try to get them brown. They won't, and they don't supposed to. This is what you're going to get in about 5 to 7 minutes. It depends on your pot. My pot is very thick, so it takes a little bit longer. And it depends on your heat. My gas stove is very powerful, so I go almost too low, so not to burn them, all right? So pay attention when you do it. Cooking requires your attention. You can't just, diagnose and adios, right? You gotta see, you gotta watch, and you gotta speak to it with love. You talk to those onions. I love you. You're looking good. You love the oil there. It's awesome. Because you gotta cook with love. There you go. There's an old Russian song, I love you life. Georg Ots sings it. I love you life, I love you life. Я люблю тебя жизнь, я люблю тебя жизнь. We're gonna do it to our soup, to our onions. Я люблю тебя, лук, я люблю тебя, лук, я люблю тебя, я люблю тебя, лук, я люблю, я люблю, я люблю тебя. Into it, different ingredients. Remember, when I gave you the proportions, you need to understand what size of a pot you're cooking in. So remember this, because you need to become almost improvised cook. Because if I would have a pot double the size, all of the ingredients will go in, but I don't, all right? So just pay attention, look at the pot, look at it, because everything that you're going to put in has to be basically equal amounts, all right? So that's what you're concentrating. We put carrots already. We put green bell pepper. Now we're adding some cabbage, all right? And we're going to add some green beans. All right, very good. So there they are, right there. And don't worry, now we're going to be stirring it. You got to coat it with oil. Remember that, all right? So stir. Always remember what kind of gadgets you're using in the kitchen. You got to use something that you like, that you're familiar with, that it feels good for your hand. You really don't, you're not a professional cook. You're not on Chop. You're not an Iron Chef. You're at home in your kitchen and you're cooking with love for your family and friends. So have fun, like I said it before, say it again. You see, I'm putting it all in oil. That's the whole deal here. See, we haven't added any liquid to it, right? We're just doing all the oil. That's why I say invest in this kind of pot if you can. If you buy La Crusade, this is La Crusade, this is fantastic. If you can't, oh my gosh, they have imitations all over the place. You can get one for $30, $40, this kind of pot, and it will serve you for years and years and years. This pot, this coating inside of this pot allows me to cook with such a little amount of oil, which, what's your calories, right? We're making soup for health, so, all right, we coated it all, right? Okay, and now we're going to have another 5 minutes. Now you're going to cover. You now need to cover. We're going to take a lid, and we're going to cover. And we're going to put it on low, and it's going to stay there for 5 minutes. Okay, while this is all kind of cooking there for that 5-10 minutes, just in oil, peek at it for a second. Just look at it and kind of mix it again. Pay attention to your cooking. Just don't walk away and start watching soap opera or something. And then you come in half an hour later, everything is burned to ashes. Then it's going to be pizza night for you. You know that, right? Take out, baby, take out. But we are cooking soup right now. So lift up there. Once in a while, lift up there, whatever it's called. cover up and lid. That's right, I remember. And then mix it. You know, I'm Russian. You have to understand that I'm here to learn, to teach you cooking and Russian, not English. English you do on your own, baby. Cut me out of that. Anyway, so just a couple seconds like this. Mix it, mix it, mix it. Mix it, mix it. Cover it back up. Do that in about 2-3 times while there is sitting for about 10 minutes. Do you hear the sizzle? You gotta hear the sizzle. And that's when you know your soup is beginning to develop, all right? This is the sizzle. You hear the sizzle. This is the time, which has been already about 5 to 10 minutes. You heard the sizzle. You lifted up your lid. You got it all good. Now you're going to begin to add your stock, your tomatoes, and your seasoning. We're using right here. We're going to use the entire carton, all right? Remember, we are using a smaller pot today, so we may not need everything that we purchased for the recipe. That's all right. Now we're going to put the tomatoes. Okay, look at it again. Look, do you see consistency? You need to pay attention to consistency of the soup. You need to thin it down a little bit. Add a little bit more tomato, but don't overdo it. And now, I already put my seasonings in this little bowl, so they're all over now. It's salt, pepper, and oregano is in there right now. You know, remember, it's better to put a little salt and add as you go than put too much, and then you end up with salt and not soup. Because it's easy to put in, it's not going to happen to take it out. All right? There is a trick to make something less salty if you just, especially in soups, I can teach you that. Lemon. Fresh squeezed lemon will work. But you know, sometimes you might need to kind of go for that if you over-salted something, especially as a vegetable dish. Just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on it. It'll take the salt out. That's a little trick of the trade. All right, we're covering it with the lid. We're putting it on medium, and we're giving it another 10 to 15. All right, let's pick at our creation. Looking great. Everything looks fantastic. All right. Now we're going to add some zucchini. Again, remember, look at your amount of liquid, all right? And we'll add some broccoli. Look at your amount of liquid, all right? Okay. Now you're going to mix it up a little bit. I like my soup thick, all right? You may not. At this time, if you looking and it's a little bit too thick for you, you can add some more vegetable stock or chicken stock, whatever you use. Don't add water, plain water to vegetables, so don't do that. It makes them very watery, you don't need it. But do remember, if you at this point are going to add some of the stock, you need to add about a tablespoon of olive oil or whatever oil you've been using, all right? Remember that proportion thing. Remember proportion. So to my liking, this is just perfect. I like it on the thicker side, all right, on the chunky. So now we added all of this. We're going to cover it again. Remember, now when you just add fresh ingredients, you got to increase your heat a little bit, all right? So it's kind of get it cooking again. You will lower it in a second when you see it's boiling, all right? So lower up the heat a little bit, and then peek at it in a couple minutes and see if it's boiling. Then lower the heat again to simmer and continue simmering for about another 5 to 10 minutes. What was I ready for? Okay, we already added zucchini. Now we're going to go with our greenery here. And let me tell you, in any Russian cooking, I already told you, there is never going to be too much dill or what?
Flat parsley.
Fat lead parsley, right there. It's never going to be enough, all right? So you just put the whole shebang in there and let it mix a little bit. And then you will cover it right here. We are done, darlings. We are done. We're going to put it a little bit higher. Bring it to boil. Simmer it for another 5 minutes maybe. And we're going to cover the pot and turn off the heat, and it's going to sit there as long as you want until you're ready to eat. Okay, we are ready to taste. Remember I told you I like my soups on the thicker side, all right? So if you don't, just add more liquid and adjust accordingly. Remember the oil, remember the oil. If you add more liquid, add more oil. Bon appetit!